This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area. This, this, this should be played. This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Shalom, salamu, sigimi, shalom to you always, family abroad. Shabbat shalom, it's your man Ross T, aka Red Letter Rap. You already know my wife Yazarette is right here.
Shabbat shalom, family.
And you see Hario is back with us, yeah.
Shabbat shalom, family. Shabbat shalom.
Hario, raise your volume up. You kind of low.
My fan bothering.
There you go.
I thought she said raise the volume up.
Yeah, just a little bit. So I turned my volume up a little bit on my speakers and everything. Okay. Hopefully it don't come back in through the microphone, but it might be all right. All right. No doubt. So let's see here. Got D Nice. Break it down like this. Shabbat shalom to you always, Sister Gift. I've been gathering your music as well, and I've been enjoying that music that you've been putting out recently too. So, and I've been adding it over into the Red Letter Hebrew or the Hebrew R&B playlist over here on Red Letter Rap as well. So, for those of y'all that do not know Sister Gift, you know what I'm saying, y'all need to get to know Sister Gift. She does have a gift. She can sing.
Where are you from? Sister Gift, because I see your Shabbat is over.
She over across the pond. She over there in England.
Oh, well, why you didn't know her answer?
Well, hold on, it's down here. It be down here. Shabbat shalom to you always, Jason Camphor. You already know Hario and Yazaret's right here. Shabbat shalom, Sister Shalisha. Shabbat shalom, sis. Shah Torres. She says the UK. Shabbat Shalom Essential Growth. I've been checking out Essential Growth's videos as well. She just put out a new one today called Tamar. Yesterday, I got a chance to see the one called Husband. And then I know she's been putting out a couple other ones as well. Shabbat Shalom to you always, Yvette Rivera. And some of the scriptures that we're going through tonight and tomorrow are courtesy.
Tomorrow?
No, not tomorrow, but next Shabbat. Most High willing, that we will go through some things that she was able to hook me up with, and I was able, Yvette, I was able to edit out some information so that way it wouldn't compromise, some things. So I try to make sure you know that, sis. You know what I'm saying? So when we pull these scriptures up tonight, you don't got to worry about nothing. It's all to the good. And so after seeing those scriptures, I was inspired to go on the Amazon and buy the hardback book. So I have the full hardback book. It was delivered earlier on. I've been dying to open it up and bring it on in and everything, and I haven't done it just yet. I kind of peeked a little bit, but I was like, I'll wait till the sun go all the way down, and then I'll go ahead and open that up. But so not only that, but I also ordered this book called The Order of Melchizedek. So I'm curious to see what's inside there as well, So the library just keeps building. It just keeps building more and more and more.
Family, remember that there's going to become a time where apps and PDFs are going to be gone. So you want to make sure you try to get a hard copy of some things.
Yeah.
Because there may come a time where we're going to be able to carry very few things with us. But for the moment, you should be having hard copies of things. and have a good idea if you have to carry very few, what you're going to be carrying with you.
Right. So I got some decisions to be making. Cause but then Sister Tisha, she's got a library bigger than both. She's got the one of the biggest libraries I've ever seen. Cause she got like two and three of some things.
Well, yeah.
That's right. That's right. Who needs excellence? We got the word. We got all that. That's right. The last days library. That's right. Yeah, I will put a link. I will put a link in the chat. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and do that right quick because I did make sure to edit this to where it doesn't compromise anybody's information. So I put the link in for Bartholomew, aka Talmai. Get the link, copy. All right, so this is the link right here that we're going through tonight. Sister Tisha, she asked me, where are these scriptures coming from? And I tried looking in my New Testament Apocrypha to see if I had um, another version there. I couldn't find it in New Testament Apocrypha. I couldn't find it in my lost books of the Bible. I have not yet looked inside of the pseudepigrapha, but the pseudepigrapha is Old Testament, and it's volume 1 and 2 that I have of that. I haven't looked through the Restoration scriptures yet either, because it has First Testament and Second Testament. So I need y'all to definitely understand that that these scriptures come from the Second Testament. These scriptures come from the time after Mashiach or Christ was risen from the dead. So after he was crucified and risen. So that's what I need y'all to definitely understand, and that's one of the reasons why we're going through these scriptures. There's only 5 chapters in these scriptures or in this book, so it shouldn't take us too long to go through it. But once again, I want to make sure that if I got it, you got it, and all praise to the Most High. And we thank our sister Yvette Rivera for hooking us up with even having a portion of these scriptures. And then there's also in there's a short portion of the Adam and Eve, the book of Adam and Eve. Inside this book, the whole book, the 400-year his scriptures. And so, yeah, this the his word Hebrew Israelite scriptures, 400 years of slavery, 1611 gold edition. That's what this comes from. And like I said, I ordered a hardcover, a hardback. So I got the whole actual hardback
They didn't
to
have
all
that in
this.
softback, babe? Or you just
No, they didn't have it in softback.
If y'all can find it in softback, I would encourage y'all to get the softback because it would be much lighter to carry. Because that big book is huge.
It is pretty big.
So remember, there's gonna come a time where we gotta move it along, and we gotta be mindful of the weight we carry.
Right. So this does have a short portion of the book of Adam and Eve in here. It has all the patriarchs, Reuben through Benjamin, first and second Esdras, Tobit, Judith, the rest of Esther, Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiasticus. It only has first Baruch in it. It has the Epistle of Jeremiah. It has the prayer of Azariah. It has Shoshana or Susanna to some, Bel and the Dragon, prayer of Manasseh, first and second Maccabees. So it doesn't have third and fourth Maccabees in it, but it also has the Gospel of Nicodemus, which we're going to go through next Shabbat, most high willing, and the Gospel of Bartholomew, which we're going through tonight. And then it also has the rest of the Second Testament. So your Philippians, Colossians, First and Second Thessalonians, First and Second Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, First and Second Peter, First John, Second John, Third John, Jude, and then Revelation. And then it also has some other history and Hebrew chapters inside of here as well on why they chose the name Yehovah or Yahweh or Yahuwah. And that is inside here as well. So there's a lot of different lot of good books and things to get out of this. I was just setting it down. But there's a whole lot. Shabbat Shalom to you always, Auntie Lamira. Let's see here. Who else? Am I missing anybody right now? Well, with 16 in the chat right now, if y'all can and you will, please bow your heads with us so we can jump right on in and definitely get it on in. Abba Ahaya, Mosai Yab Yasharel, Mosai Yab Abraham, Yashak and Yaakov, the one true Elohim of all creation, creator of all the heavens and earth and everything within, Yahweh, Sabaoth. Abba, we come humbly before your throne, thanking you for this day. Thank you for this day of rest, and we thank you for every lesson and blessing that you've been able to bestow upon us, that we've been able to receive and retain and walk out and being a light to all people, especially our own, and a light unto the Gentiles. Abba, we want to ask you for your Holy Spirit, as always, to give us a discernment, understanding of the scriptures in which we're getting ready to read and partake of, that they properly nourish our soul and our spirit, to give us wisdom and help us answer questions for those that may have these questions. But we also want to take the time to lift up one of our Gentile sisters in prayer. We want to lift up our sister Rachel West, is not feeling so well at the moment. We want to pray for her recovery. Don't exactly know what's going on. She's just not feeling so well. But we want to go ahead and lift her up in prayer and make sure that we're being a light unto all people, and that we want to lift your name on high, Abba, that you would heal and help and restore this good sister unto the fold. And in Yahweh Shai holy name we pray. Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
No doubt. No doubt. Hallelujah. So, let's see here. I make sure that's ready. Everything's looking good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the scriptures and then move us on back just a little bit. All right. So, Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I know y'all got a little bit of a delay behind me, behind us. Um, but yeah, these scriptures is man, it's something else. I can't wait. So, the Gospel of Bartholomew, or Bar Talmai, and it's looking clean on my phone right now. So I hope it's looking as clean on y'all's phone as it is on mine. So let's go ahead and get it started. After the resurrection from the dead of our Adonai, Yehoshua HaMashiach, Bartholomew, came to Yehoshua and questioned him, saying, Adonai, reveal unto me the mysteries of the heavens. Yehoshua answered and said unto him, if I put off the body of the flesh, I shall not be able to tell them unto thee. But after that he had suffered and risen again, all the apostles, looking upon him, durst not question him, because his countenance was not as it had been aforetime, but shone forth the fullness of power. So this is once again after he had was arisen, and so his countenance didn't look the same. He had the glow. You know what I'm saying? He had it's just his whole countenance was just completely different. And so Bartholomew was asking, for the mysteries, reveal unto me the mysteries of heaven. And Yahushua answered, said, if I put off the body of the flesh, I shall not be able to tell them unto thee. So in order to tell these mysteries unto him, he would have to put off the body of the flesh, and he wouldn't be able to answer all of his questions.
So for those that may not know, because not everybody is as seasoned as you are and other people, Bartholomew is one of the disciples.
Yes, Bartholomew is one of the apostles, one of the disciples of Christ. We get miniature mentions of him in, I believe, the book of Matthew. We get many mentions of him in Luke and in Mark, and then I believe also in the book of Acts. But as to why his gospel was taken away, we're going to find out, and it's because I believe a lot of questions, like if you leave this book in, then they have to leave in other books, namely the book of Adam and Eve. Because that's a little bit of a spoiler alert I got to give for y'all, is that there's some things inside of here, inside of this book, that line up with the scriptures that we just got done going through in the first and second book of Adam and Eve. And then there's also um, the life of Adam and Eve that's also inside of the pseudepigrapha volume 2 that I want to go ahead and go through at another time, most high willing. And it actually has the precept to what Isaiah had quoted from. So I want to tell you right now, Isaiah was quoting from those scriptures of the life of Adam and Eve when we see, O Lucifer, how art thou fallen from heaven? For thou hast said in thine heart that you will ascend above the stars of heaven and place your throne in above the Most High and be like unto the Most High. Those actual scriptures, the precept to that, is in the life of Adam and Eve inside of the pseudepigrapha volume 2.
Yeah, but I think you're gonna have to just repeat that when we get to that.
So yeah, there's just, yeah, we're going to end up going over that, another time. But
The Hebrew, how do you pronounce the Hebrew word for Bartholomew?
Bar Talmai is how you pronounce Bartholomew. Shabbat Shalom to you always, and 300. Good to see you. Shabbat Shalom, Johan Duncan. Good to have you back, definitely. Let's see here. Am I missing anybody else at the moment? All right, doesn't seem to be so. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. Right here. So once again, but after that he had suffered and risen again, all the apostles, looking upon them, durst not question him, because his countenance was not as it had been aforetime, meaning before this time, but shone forth the fullness of power. Bartholomew therefore drew near unto Yehoshua and said, I have a word to speak unto thee, Adonai. And Yehoshua said unto him, or said to him, I know what thou art about to say. Say then what thou wilt, and I will answer thee.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
So just in case there's any new viewers, we want to make sure that the new viewers know that in this case, Yahushua is who they would know as Jesus Christ.
Right. So, yeah, Yehoshua, Yahushai. When I say Yahushai every now and again, but I'm going to go ahead and say Yehoshua for the sake of these scriptures. We are talking about Christ. We are talking about the one that they call Jesus. Shabbat Shalom, Tisha. Good to see you that you made it on in. Chris C. Welcome. Oh yeah, definitely welcome. No matter who anybody is, you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely welcome on in. It's a safe place.
I can't see the comment because I'm looking at the scripture. What was the comment?
It's Chris C. It says Shalom. I love the content. Came through to show some appreciation. First time commenting. Definitely. Shalom. Peace and blessings. Oh, and yeah. Now we'll just keep on moving.
6.
Yeah, we're on verse 6 right here. And Bartholomew said, Adonai, when thou wentest to be hanged upon the cross, I followed thee afar off, and saw thee hung upon the cross, and the angels coming down from heaven and worshiping thee. And when there came darkness, I beheld, and I saw thee that thou wast vanished away from the cross, and I heard only a voice in the parts under the earth, and great wailing and gnashing of teeth on a sudden. Tell me, Adonai, Whither wentst thou from the cross? It's like, so where'd you go? I was like, I saw you on the cross, and I heard that I saw the angels come down worshiping. Next thing I knew, I blinked and you was gone. Where'd you go? All right. And Yehoshua answered and said, Blessed art thou, Bartholomew, my beloved, because thou sawest this mystery. And now will I tell thee all things whatsoever thou askest me. For when I vanished away from the cross, then I went down into Sheol. Sheol meaning hell, yeah. That I might bring up Adam and all them that were with him, according to the supplication of Michael, the great prince.
Michael was who?
One of the great angels, was the strongest angel. Michael is Michael. All right. So this part right here in verse 9 is one of the confirmations that we also got from the book of Adam and Eve. All right, where the word of the Most High, the word of Yahweh, had came and not only had risen Adam and Eve from the dead many times, but he also said after the great 5,500 years, which is 5.5 days to the Most High, after the great 5.5 days, I will come and save thee. And he also later on throughout the whole scriptures, he broke it down how he was going to come into the earth, the things that was going to happen to him, how he was going to be betrayed, and how he was going to be pierced in his side, how he was going to be in the earth for 3 days, and how he was also going to go down into Sheol and save him. He was going to break the gates of iron and brass and redeem Adam and his righteous seed from hell, from Sheol. All right. So all these right here is starting to line up. So let's read that again. For when I vanished away from the cross, then went I down into Sheol, that I might bring up Adam and all them that were with him, according to the supplication of Michael, the great prince. Then said Bartholomew, Adonai, what was the voice which was heard? Bartholomew, yeah, or Bartholomew. Yehoshua saith unto him, Sheol said. So he's hearing the voice. What Bartholomew heard was the groaning of the voice of Sheol. And Yahushua saith unto him, Sheol said unto Belial, which will be the devil, as I perceive, Elohim cometh hither, and the angels cried unto the powers, saying, Remove your gates, ye princes, remove the everlasting doors, for behold, the King of glory cometh down. Sheol said, Who is the King of glory that cometh down from heaven unto us? And when I had descended, this is now Yahushua speaking, and when I had descended 500 steps, Sheol was troubled, saying, I hear the breathing of the Most High, and I cannot endure it. He cometh with great fragrance, and I cannot bear it. But Satan answered and said, Submit not thyself, O Sheol, but be strong, for Elohim himself hath not descended upon the earth. But when I had descended yet 500 steps, the angels and the powers cried, Take hold, remove the doors, for behold, the King of glory cometh down. And Sheol said, Oh, woe unto me, for I hear the breath of Elohim. Now let's pause right there for just a moment. How many times on this channel have y'all not heard me say, not just me, but the scriptures tell us that Yahushua is the word of the Most High? When we went through the book of Adam and Eve, the word, when Yahweh had sent his word unto Adam and Eve to speak to him, to speak to Adam, to tell him what was to come, what was going on, to save him, redeem him from Satan so many times. What does that translate to you? The word of the Most High is the breath of the Most High. So that breath, the breath of Elohim. And so we already saw how Sheol, hell itself, is down there quaking and shaking and saying that, for I hear the breath of Elohim and I cannot bear it. I cannot endure it. Now, Satan is like, oh, that's not the Most High. That's not the King of Glory. And so Sheol said, oh, woe unto me, for I hear the breath of Elohim. And Satan said unto Sheol, why affrightest thou, Sheol? It is a prophet, and he hath made himself like unto Elohim. This prophet will we take and bring him hither unto those that think to ascend into heaven.
So that's interesting how Satan did not recognize Elohim.
Right. Not only that, but that also lines right up with the ascension of Isaiah. Remember when, if y'all didn't, I hope y'all get a chance to go back through. If y'all didn't watch or wasn't present here for when we read through the ascension of Isaiah, Isaiah got to ascend in the spirit all the way through to the seventh heaven. And he also got to see where the Most High had sent his son, Yahushua or Yehoshua in these scriptures right here, down unto earth, sent him into earth to be born. But as he descended from the seventh to the sixth heaven, he didn't change his countenance. But when he went from the sixth to the fifth heaven, he changed his countenance to look like the angels in the fifth heaven, and so on and so forth, all the way down unto the first level of heaven. And he had changed his countenance to look like them, to where they did not recognize him. They did not recognize the Son of the Most High coming into the earth.
So here's the thing, and no one could answer this, but I wonder if Hasatan was lying to the demons, because we know that he's a liar, right? He's been a liar since the beginning. Because how could he not know that that was Elohim when the demons were able to recognize who Yahushua was when he was in the flesh, and he was in their presence?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, I mean, he changed his countenance.
Like, I'm not buying it. I think I don't know, because he's been a liar.
Right, he is a liar. So Essential Growth puts right here, 4 keys are in the hand of Yahweh of all the world, which he hath not delivered into the hands of any secondary power. The key of life, and the tombs, and of food, and of rain.
Where's that from?
I believe Revelation. That's right. Yes, brother. So true. Yah is so real. That's right. So as we continue back into the scriptures. And so Satan is trying to talk Sheol into keeping its gates closed and saying, don't open your gates. Don't open your gates. You know what I'm saying? It's just a prophet he hath made himself like unto Elohim. This prophet will we take and bring him hither unto those that think to ascend into heaven. And Sheol said, which of the prophets is it? Show me. Is it Canak, meaning Enoch, the scribe of righteousness? But Elohim hath not suffered him to come down upon the earth before the end of the 6,000 years. Sayest thou that it is Eliyahu, meaning Elijah, the avenger? But before he cometh not down, what shall I do? Whereas the destruction is of Elohim. For surely our end is at hand. For I have the number of 6,000 years in mine hands. So Sheol is confused right now, saying, But before, what shall I do? Whereas the destruction is of Elohim, like the destruction that Sheol is feeling right now. The quaking and the shaking, the breath of Elohim that Sheol is feeling right now is of the Most High. For Sheol knows who created him, her, whichever. I don't know. I don't know what gender Sheol was supposed to be, but it, you know what I'm saying? Sheol, it knows. This is the only one time that I'm gonna partake of these pronouns. All right, so don't get it twisted, family. I do not partake of these new age pronouns that they be going through. I don't play that game.
That was a joke, guys.
I know.
That's why I said it.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, what shall I do? Whereas the destruction is of Elohim, for surely our end is at hand. So that goes to show that there is going to be an end to Sheol. There's going to be an end to hell. But even it knows that it has a short amount of time in the grand span of the Most High. For I have the number of 6,000 years in mine hands. Be not troubled, make safe thy gates, and strengthen thy bars. Consider Elohim cometh not down upon the earth. So this right here has to be Satan saying, "Be not troubled, don't worry, make safe the gates and strengthen thy bars. Consider, just think that Elohim
that bar, make it even stronger.
Right, Elohim cometh not down upon the earth, but Sheol saith unto him, These be no good words that I hear from thee." He's like, this don't sound good. I don't like what you're saying. These be no good words that I hear from thee. My belly is rent, meaning my belly is ripped, and my inward parts are pained. It cannot be but that Elohim cometh hither. It can only be the Most High that can do this to me. That's what that's what it is saying. Sheol is saying only the Most High, only Elohim can do this to me. Alas, whither shall I flee before the face of the power of the great King? Where can I go? And he's saying, suffer me to enter into thyself, for before thee I was formed. Meaning that Sheol was formed before Satan. Then did I enter in. So Yahushua now is saying, then did I enter in and scourged him and bound him with chains that cannot be loosed.
Isn't that interesting that Sheol was born before Satan?
Yeah.
So, God knew that Satan was going to betray him and try to overtake him.
Mm-hmm.
He already created his kingdom before he even was sent down there.
Right. And so Essential Growth says Deuteronomy 30 in Targum is where those scriptures came from. All right, so then Yahushua says, then did I enter in and scourged him and bound him with chains that cannot be loosed, and brought forth thence all the patriarchs, and came again unto the cross. So all the patriarchs, meaning Adam, Eve, Jared, the righteous Lamech, not the other Lamech, which will be the father of Noah, Shem, Enoch. Well, Enoch is in heaven, so it wouldn't have been Enoch. All the 12 tribes, all the 12 patriarchs of the 12 tribes of Israel, David, King Hezekiah. The list is long. Moses. Let's see here. And then Bartholomew saith unto him, I saw thee again hanging upon the cross, and all the dead arising and worshiping thee, and going up again into their sepulchres. Tell me, Adonai, who was he whom the angels bare up in their hands, Even that man was very great of stature. And what spakest thou unto him that he sighed so sore? Yahushua answered, or Yehoshua answered, and said unto him, it was Adam, the first formed, for whose sake I came down from heaven upon earth. And I said unto him, I was hung upon the cross for thee, and for thy children's sake. And he, when he heard it, groaned and said, so was thy good pleasure, O Adonai. So this right here, once again, confirms the book of Adam and Eve, the first and second book of Adam and Eve, talking about how the word of Elohim, Yahushai, had come unto Adam many times and told him that he was going to come down and save him after the great 5.5 days. These scriptures confirm those precepts. And this is why we read these books. This is why we go through these scriptures. So that way, all these Eurocentric churches and so-called Christians out here, because there are good Christians, let's not get twisted. There are good Christians that understand the word and are still seeking more because they're going through a little bit of church hurt because their pastors or preachers will not answer their questions.
And they're not exactly they don't have to be doing Eurocentric stuff because I wasn't doing Eurocentric.
Right.
I was doing the feasts and I was keeping the Shabbats and I wasn't doing any of the pagan holidays.
Right. And so, like, I just want to make sure we understand that there's a reason why we read the books that we were told not to read, because they not only do they testify of the Most High's word of Yahushua HaMashiach, or Jesus the Christ, or the Messiah, it testifies of everything lining up. And there's so much more to the Most High's word than just what's on the surface. So we always dig deeper, always dig deeper. The Most High said it, in the last days, knowledge shall increase. And this is the knowledge that shall increase us all. These things right here and more. We went through so many other books, and we're going to continue to go through as many books as the Most High allows us to in order to keep helping knowledge increase in these days and times. So, once again, verse 22, Yahushua answered and said, it was Adam, the first formed, for whose sake I came down from heaven upon earth. And I said unto him, I was hung upon the cross for thee, and for thy children's sake. And he, when he heard it, groaned and said, so was thy good pleasure, O Adonai. Again, Bartholomew said, Adonai, I saw the angels ascending before Adam and singing praises, but one of the angels, which was very great above the rest, would not ascend up with them. And there was in his hand a sword of fire, and he was looking steadfastly upon thee only. And all the angels besought him that he would go up with them, but he would not. But when thou didst command him to go up, I beheld a flame of fire issuing out of his hand, and going even unto the city of Jerusalem. And Yehoshua said unto him, blessed art thou, Bartholomew, my beloved, because thou sawest these mysteries. This was one of the angels of vengeance, which stand before my Father's throne, and this angel sent he unto me. For this cause he would not ascend up, because he desired to destroy all the powers of the world. But when I commanded him to ascend up, there went a flame out of his hand, and rent asunder the veil of the temple, and parted it in two pieces, for a witness unto the children of it says Yisrael, but Yasharel, for my passion, because they crucified me. But the flame which thou sawest issuing out of his hands smote the house of the assembly of the Yahudim for a testimony of me, wherein they crucified me. So I'm gonna stop right there for just one hot second. So remember, Bartholomew is or Bar Talmai has seen this angel. He said this great angel, but one of the angels, which was very great above the rest, would not ascend up with them. All right. And Yahushua says this was one of the angels of vengeance, which stand before my father's throne. And this angel sent he unto me. So this is a very, very, very powerful angel. He doesn't say that it's Mikael, obviously, but it's one of the great angels that are privileged enough to sit before the throne of the Most High. And Yahushua says, for this cause he would not ascend up, because he desired to destroy all the powers of the world, meaning all the powers and principalities that plague us.
That reminds me of, he's probably one of those angels that's going to break the seal in Revelation.
Possibly.
One of the last seals.
Possibly. I can't say yay or nay on that one, but
that's what that reminds me of.
Right. So, but this great angel, after seeing all of these things, this great angel wanted to destroy all of the wicked powers and principalities upon the earth, so that way we wouldn't be plagued by the foolishness that we're plagued by, and that we've been plagued by, that humanity has been plagued by for all these centuries. But that's not the will of the Father. And so the Son, knowing the will of the Father for that reason, had went ahead and sent him and bid him to go on up, because he didn't want to go until he was commanded. But when I commanded him to ascend up, there went a flame out of his hand and rent asunder the veil of the temple. All right. So for to be a witness unto one of the things in which Yahushua has said in Scripture, that this temple was coming down. Not only was he talking about the temple that they were in front of, he was talking about the temple of his own body would be destroyed, and he would be raised again in 3 days.
So Yahushua meaning Jesus Christ for those who
right. Yahushua meaning Jesus, Yehoshua meaning Jesus.
Babe,
so
can you just really quickly, just for anybody who's new watching,
right?
Can you just really quickly explain why there's so many different terms outside of Jesus Christ?
All right, so
just quick, babe, like
as quick as I possibly can. All right, so
just different dialects.
It's just it really is different dialects, and it does come down to every captivity that our people has been under. We've taken on different syllables and sounds into our language. So from different captivities, we picked up different, like that's why in this translation you have Yahoshua, or in some other translations you have Yahushua, or you may just have Yahshua, or and things like that. But then we also have Yahushua. So, and that comes from the ancient way to pronounce all the Hebrew language is with the ah sound, and that's been a great debate for a while. There's a lot of people that still don't quite line up or agree on what I'm saying, and that's fine. I still love them. They're still my brothers. There's no division amongst us. We can agree to disagree and just allow the Most High to finally bring us back into our pure language. But that's why there's different pronunciations here and there. It comes from the different captivities and the different syllables being added on to the
changing over
yeah
time.
yeah
just changing over time.
Yeah, that works. So
and the pronunciation of the letters being changed over time,
right, from these different captivities. So, and when he had thus spoken, he said unto the apostles, tarry for me in this place, meaning wait for me in this place. For today a sacrifice is offered in the Garden of Eden. And Bartholomew answered and said unto Yehoshua, Adonai, what is the sacrifice which is offered in the Garden of Eden? And Yahushua said, there be souls of the righteous which today have departed out of the body and go unto the Garden of Eden. And unless I be there, they cannot enter. And Bartholomew said, Adonai, how many souls depart out of the world daily? And Yahushua, or Yehoshua here, saith unto him, 30,000.
Wow.
Bartholomew saith unto him, Adonai, when thou wast with us, teaching the word, didst thou receive the sacrifices in the Garden of Eden? Yahushua, or Yehoshua here, answered and said unto him, verily, I say unto thee, my beloved, that I both taught the word with you and continually sat with my Father and received the sacrifices in the Garden of Eden every day. Bartholomew answered and said unto him, Adonai, if 30,000 souls depart out of the world every day, how many souls out of them are found righteous? Yahushua saith unto him, hardly 53, my beloved. So out of 30,000 souls that leave this earth every day, hardly 53 are found righteous.
53. That's period.
Right. Again.
He didn't say 100.
Right. He just said 53. Not 53,000, because you can't.
Because it was 30.
Yeah.
But he didn't say 100.
Yeah.
He said 53.
Yeah. And again, Bartholomew saith, and how do 3 only enter into the Garden of Eden? Yehoshua saith unto him, the 53 enter into the Garden of Eden, or are laid up in Abraham's bosom, but the others go into the place of the resurrection. For the 3 are not like unto the 50. All right. So out of the 53, there may be 3 perfect, but the rest of the other 50, they may be righteous, but they may not be perfect. All right. So Bartholomew saith unto him, Adonai, how many souls above the number are born into the world daily? Yahushua saith unto him, one soul only is born above the number of them that depart.
So Wait.
No. So
What?
30,000 may leave, but 31,000 will be born in. So one above the number.
Oh, 1 above the number.
Right.
So it's not double?
No. Because if he's saying, all right, let's see the question again.
John, I'm not good at math, all right?
How many souls above the number are born into the world daily? Yahushua saith unto him, one soul only is born above the number of them that depart. So if 30,000 depart, 30,001 would be born into the world.
Oh, that's how you're understanding.
Right.
I'm thinking it's 1 for everyone that leaves.
No. Well, yeah, 1 to 1, but then plus 1.
So wouldn't it be double if it's 1 to 1?
No, it would be 30,001.
Go ahead.
So Yahushua saith unto him, one soul only is born above the number of them that depart. Bartholomew said, how many are the souls which depart out of the body every day? Yahushua said, verily, I say unto thee, 12,800 souls depart out of the body every day. So the body meaning those that are wheat, those that are of the Most High, those that are meant to be good. Now, the rest are all tares. So the sad part about what he's saying here with this math, all right? So out of the 30,000 that depart from the earth, he's saying that 12,883 souls, because score is 20, four score will be 80, and three souls. So 12,883 souls depart out of the body every day, out of the body of Christ, of the body of Mashiach, that are meant to be good, but out of those that are found righteous is hardly 53. So we can see that there is grace and forgiveness, but as far as that are found righteous, there's a big difference. That math is I mean, it's like we got some work to do, family. We really got some work to do. Right. So let's see here. And when he had said this, he gave them the shalom and vanished away from them. So then he departed from them and went to where he was going, but he'll be back. Now the apostles were in the place with Miriam, and Bartholomew came and said unto Kepha, which is Peter, and Andre, which is Andrew, and Yochanan, which will be John, let us ask her that is highly favored how she conceived the incomprehensible, or how she bare him that cannot be carried, or how she brought forth so much greatness. But they doubted to ask her. Bartholomew therefore said unto Kepha, thou that art the chief, and my teacher, draw near and ask her. But Kepha said to Yochanan, which would be John once again, thou art a virgin and undefiled and beloved, and thou must ask her. So since you're a virgin and she was a virgin, you must ask her. And as they all doubted and disputed, Bartholomew came near unto her with a cheerful countenance, and said to her, thou that art highly favored, the tabernacle of the Most High, unblemished we, even all the apostles, ask thee to tell us how thou didst conceive the incomprehensible, or how thou didst bear him that cannot be. But Miriam said unto them, ask me not concerning this mystery. If I should begin to tell you, fire will issue out forth of my mouth and consume all the world. But they continued yet the more to ask her. Now, I got to cover these scriptures up right quick. So, once again, right here. So, they're trying to ask Mary, how you carry Christ? How'd you carry Mashiach? How'd you conceive him? Excuse me, let me burp. And Miriam or Mary warns them, saying, ask me not concerning this mystery. If I should begin to tell you, fire will issue forth out of my mouth and consume all the world. And you see how hard-headed our people is. But they continued yet the more to ask her. And she, for she could not refuse to hear the apostles, said, let us stand up in prayer. She's like, all right, well, we got to pray about this first. Before we're gonna pray before I even try to answer this question. It's not. It's not. I'm not just going to answer this. And the apostles stood behind Miriam, but she said unto Kepha, Peter, all right, Kepha, thou chief, thou great pillar, standest thou behind us? Said not, or Adonai, the head of the man is Hamashiach. Meaning she asked the question. So let's read this again. Kepha, thou chief, thou great pillar, standest thou behind us? So she's asking the question, why are you standing behind us? Said not, or Adonai, the head of man is Hamashiach. The head of man is Christ, and man is the head of woman. So now therefore stand ye before me and pray. But they said unto her, in thee did Yahweh set his tabernacle, and it was his good pleasure that thou shouldest contain him, and thou oughtest to be the leader in the prayer. But she said unto them, ye are shining stars, and as the prophet said, I did lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence shall come mine help. Ye, therefore, are the hills, and it behooveth you to pray. Meaning, y'all should be in front of me. The apostles say unto her, thou oughtest to pray, thou art the mother of the heavenly King. Miriam saith unto them, in your likeness did Elohim form the sparrows, and sent them forth into the four corners of the world. But they say unto her, he that is scarce contained by the, and she cut him off. Then Miriam stood up before them and spread out her hands toward the heaven and began to speak thus. Now I do not speak Greek. Some of y'all already know. So this Greek translation right here, I'm mm, all right. I'll read it. And anyway. So Elfu, Zarathra, Charboum, Nemioth, Melitho, Tharabotha, Naunos. Man, y'all, I pray y'all bear with me.
You got it, brother.
Yeah, I pray y'all bear with me on this. I don't read Greek. I don't know how to pronounce this stuff. I'll probably slaughter in every last word I'm speaking right now. Oh, goodness. Bear with me. All right. So, Chemioth, Aurora, Meridon, Ellison, Marmadon, Sepshon, Hesabotha, Enauna, Sactinos, Athor, Belalam, Ophioth, Abo, Trasher. I do not know, family. O Elohim, the exceeding great and wise and King of the worlds, that are not to be described, the ineffable, that didst establish the greatness of the heavens and all things by a word, that out of darkness didst constitute and fasten together the poles of heaven in harmony, didst bring into shape the matter that was in confusion, didst bring into order the things that were without order, didst part the misty darkness from the light, didst establish in one place the foundations of the waters, that thou makest the beings of the air to tremble, and art the fear of them that are on the earth, that did settle the earth and not suffer it to perish, and filled it it, which is the nourisher of all things, with showers of blessing, Son of the Father, thou whom the seven heavens hardly contained, but who wast well pleased to be contained without pain in me. Thou that art thyself the full word of the Father, in whom all things came to be. Give glory to thine exceeding great name, and bid me to bespeak before thy holy. And it just stops right there. And when she had ended the prayer, she began to say unto them, let us sit down upon the ground, and come thou, Kepha the chief, and sit on my right hand, and put thy left hand beneath mine armpit. And thou, Andre, do sit on my left hand, and thou, Yochanan, the virgin, hold together my bosom. And thou, Bartholomew, set thy knees against my back, and hold my shoulders, lest when I begin to speak, my bones be loosened one from another. This sounds pretty deep, like she feel like she about to fall apart if she speak these words. So she's like, look, hold me together. Hold me together. And when they had so done, she began to say, when I abode in the temple of Elohim, and received my food from an angel, on a certain day there appeared unto me one in the likeness of an angel, but his face was not incomprehensible, and he had not in his hand bread or a cup, as did the angel which came to me aforetime. And straightway the veil of the temple was rent, and there was a very great earthquake, and I fell upon the earth, for I was not able to endure the sight of him. But he put his hand beneath me and raised me up, and I looked up into heaven, and there came a cloud of dew and sprinkled me from the head to the feet, and he wiped me with his robe, and said unto me, Hail, thou that art highly favored, the chosen vessel, grace inexhaustible. And he smote his garment upon the right hand, and there came a very great loaf, and he set it upon the altar of the temple, and did eat of it first himself, and gave it unto me also. And again he smote his garment upon the left hand, and there came a very great cup full of wine, and he set it upon the altar of the temple, and did drink, and of it first himself, and gave also unto me. And I beheld and saw the bread and the cup whole as they were. And he said unto me, Yet 3 years, and I will send my word unto thee, and then shalt conceive a son, and through him shall the whole creation be saved. Shalom unto, and when he had so said, he vanished away from mine eyes, and the temple was restored as it had been before. And as she was saying these, fire issued out from her mouth. And when the world was at the point to come to an end, but Yahushua or Yehoshua appeared quickly and laid his hand upon her mouth and said unto Miriam, Utter not this mystery, or this day my whole creation will come to an end. And the flame from her mouth ceased, and the apostles were taken with fear, lest haply Yahweh should be wroth with them. So, like, Miriam tried to tell him, like, don't ask me, because if I answer y'all's question, fire gonna come out my mouth. If I tell y'all how, I conceived or how I carried him, fire gonna come out. And then as she was starting to break all these things down, she only got but so far. But she was getting to the part to where and how she had conceived and brought Christ in, what Christ was put inside her belly. And as she was saying this, fire issued out of her mouth, and the world was at the point to come to an end. But Yehoshua appeared quickly and laid his hand upon her mouth and said unto Miriam, utter not this mystery, for this day my whole creation will come to an end. And the flame from her mouth ceased, and the apostles were taken with fear, lest happily Yahweh be wroth with them. And he departed with them unto the Mount Moriah, and sat in the midst of them. But they doubted to question him, being afraid. You best believe they'd be afraid. You know what I'm saying? Like after what they just got done saying, after Miriam had already warned them, and if it wasn't for Yahweh Shai coming up out of nowhere and putting his hand on her mouth, man, got me, man. So they doubted to question him, being afraid. And Yehoshua answered and said unto them, ask me what ye will that I should teach you, and I will show it you. For yet 7 days, and I ascend unto my Father, and I shall no more be seen of you in this likeness. But they, yet doubting, and said unto him, Adonai, show us the deep abyss according unto thy promise. And Yehoshua said unto them, it is not good for you to see the deep. Notwithstanding, if ye desire it, according to my promise, come, follow me, and behold. And he led them away into a place that is called Cherubim, that is the place of truth. And he beckoned unto the angels of the west, and the earth was rolled up like a scroll of a book, and the deep was revealed unto them. And when the apostles saw it, they fell on their faces upon the earth. For Yahushua or Yehoshua raised them up, saying, said I not unto you, it is not good for you to see the deep? And again he beckoned unto the angels, and the deep was covered up. So it's like, even in the Second Testament, you see how hard-headed and stiff-necked our people be. They want to see the deep, and he's like, it's not good for y'all to see that. He's like, y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready to see none of that. But notwithstanding my promise, you know what I'm saying? I said I would show you and teach you, and you asked me, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Follow me, and I'll show you. Once he beckoned to the angels, and the earth rolled up, and they got the chance to see the deep, they fell on their face. They didn't know what to do. They was terrified. And he was like, said I not unto you? Did I not tell you it was not good for you to see the deep? Did I just not tell you that just a little bit ago? But you wanted to see it, so I showed you. All right. And he took them and brought them again unto the Mount of Olives. And Kepha, which will be Peter, and said unto Miriam, thou that art highly favored, entreat Yehoshua that he would reveal unto us the things that are in the heavens. And Miriam said unto Kepha, O stone, hewn out of the rock, did not Yehoshua build his church upon thee? So isn't this what Yahushua said? Upon this rock I will build my house? Go thou therefore first and ask him. Kepha saith again, O tabernacle that are spread abroad. Miriam saith, thou art in the image of Adam. Was not he first formed, and then Kawa, meaning Eve? Look, look upon the sun, that according to the likeness of Adam, it is bright, and upon the moon, that is because of the transgression of Kawa. It is full of clay. For Elohim did place Adam in the east, and Kawa in the west, and appointed the lights that the sun should shine on the earth unto Adam in the east, in his fiery chariots, and the moon in the west should give light unto Kawa, with her countenance like milk. And she defiled the commandment of Yahweh. Therefore was the moon stained with clay, cloudy, and her light is not bright. I haven't looked down at the comments. Shabbat Shalom, Lady Summer Queen of the Town of Angels. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. It says Job 38 and 30. All right. Thou therefore, since thou art the likeness of Adam, oughtest to ask him. But in me was he contained that I might recover the strength of the female. So this is another time in which Eve is trying to tell Peter that, man was created first. You are in the likeness of Adam. Did not Yahweh Shai say that upon you he would build his church? So she's trying to reestablish him as a man. Like, you're supposed to be leading. Lead. Say these things. If you feel it in your heart to speak these things, speak these things. Be a man, lead, stand up, man up, stand up. But she's not being mean as she's saying these things. She's being wise and poetic in her words. And she's saying that, but in me was he contained that I might recover the strength of the female. All right. Now, when they came up to the top of the mount, and the master was withdrawn from them in a little space, so meaning Yahweh Shai was off away from just a little bit, Kephi said unto Miriam, Thou art she that hast brought to naught the transgression of Kawa, changing it from shame into joy. It is lawful, therefore, for thee to ask. So once again, he's still kind of shook, because beforehand, remember now, there is in the Second Testament that we all get a chance to see that when Yahweh Shai was breaking down what was going to happen to him, and Peter was like, Adonai, let it not be so. And Yahweh Shai turned around on him and said, Get thee behind me, Satan. After he had just one moment praised him for understanding something that he could have only gotten from the Holy Spirit, he could have only gotten from the Father. And then his heart was sore that they were all about to bear witness to Mashiach being crucified, beaten, and betrayed. And so he was starting to speak against it, and Yahweh tried to put him in check, like, get behind me, Satan. I know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? So now Peter he's kind of scared right now. He don't want to say anything out of line to remove this favor in which Yahweh Shai had already given unto him. Not only did he give it to him, but even though he had already told him that he was going to deny him 3 times, he still didn't even, in this scripture right here at least, he didn't even hit him up with the I told you so. He didn't slap him over the head like, you big dummy, I told you, this, that. He didn't, he still allowed him to have favor. You feel me? So, but now, in this discussion right here between Peter or Kephi and Miriam, Kephi is saying unto Miriam, Thou art she that hast brought to naught the transgression of Eve, of Kawa. So, changing it from shame into joy, it is lawful, therefore, for thee to ask. When Yehoshua appeared again, Bartholomew said unto him, Adonai, show us the adversary of men, that we may behold him of what fashion he is, and what is his work, and whence he cometh forth, and what power he hath that he spared not even thee, but caused thee to be hanged upon the tree. But Yahushua or Yehoshua looked upon him and said, Thou bold heart. He's like, Woo, I don't think he really liked that one too much, truth be told. It's like, you got some nerve. Thou askest for that which thou art not able to look upon. So they want to see the adversary, or he wants to see the adversary. It's like, thou bold heart, thou asketh for that which thou art not able to look upon. But Bartholomew was troubled and fell at Yahushua's feet and began to speak thus, O lamp that cannot be quenched, Adonai, Yahushua or Yehoshua HaMashiach, maker of the eternal light, that hast given unto them that love thee the grace that beautifieth all, and hast given us the eternal light by thy coming into the world, that hast accomplished the work of the Father, hast turned the shamefacedness of Adam into mirth, hast done away with the sorrow of Kawa, with a cheerful countenance by thy birth from a virgin. Remember not evil against me, but grant me the word of mine asking, who didst come down into the world, who has confirmed the eternal word of the Father, who has called the sadness of joy, who has made the shame of Kawa glad, and restored her by vouchsafing to be contained in the womb. That's deep. Like, he's begging for mercy and forgiveness for asking this question, but he's also giving reverence unto who Yahushua is, or who Yehoshua HaMashiach is, and all that he has done, being the word of the Most High. All these things has he done. And then, like, kind of like capping it all off with, once again speaking up and talking about Kawa, which is Eve, who has made the shame of Kawa glad, and restored her by vouchsafing to be contained in a womb, or in the womb. That's deep. And as he thus spake, Yehoshua raised him up and said unto him, Bartholomew, wilt thou see the adversary of men? It's like, you want to see him? I tell thee that when thou beholdest him, not thou only, but the rest of what they all said unto him, Adonai, let us behold him. So he's trying to warn them again. He's like, I'm trying to tell y'all, y'all ain't ready to see him. Y'all don't want to behold his true form. And so he asked Bartholomew, he says, wilt thou see the adversary of men? I tell thee that when thou beholdest him, not thou only, but the rest of, and he's trying to say the rest, but the rest of them, and they all say, Adonai, let us behold him. And he led them down from the Mount of Olives, and looked wrathfully upon the angels that keep hell, Sheol, and beckoned unto Michael to sound the trumpet in the height of the heavens. And Michael sounded, and the earth shook, and Belial came up, being held by 660 angels, and bound with fiery chains. And the length of him was 1,900 cubits, and his breadth 700 cubits. One wing of him 80, and his face was like a lightning of fire, and his eyes full of darkness. and out of his nostrils came a stinking smoke. In his mouth was the gulf of a precipice, and the one of his wings was 80 cubits, which meant 80 cubits. And straightway, when the apostles saw him, they fell to the earth on their faces and became as dead. But Yehoshua came near and raised the apostles and gave them a ruach of power. And he saith unto Bartholomew, Come near, Bartholomew, and trample with thy feet on his neck, and he will tell thee his work, what it is, and how he deceiveth men. And Yehoshua stood afar off with the rest of the apostles. And Bartholomew feared and raised his voice and said, Blessed be the name of thine immortal kingdom from henceforth forevermore. Talking to Yahushua now, all right. And when he had spoken, Yahushua permitted him, saying, Go and tread upon the neck of Belial. And Bartholomew ran quickly upon him and trod upon his neck. And Belial trembled. And Bartholomew raised his voice and said thus, O womb, more spacious than a city, wider the spreading of the heavens, that contained him whom the seven heavens contain not, but thou without pain didst contain, sanctified in thy bosom. Then did anti-Mashiach tremble and was filled with fury. So then did Antichrist, anti-Mashiach, tremble and was filled with fury. And Bartholomew was afraid and fled and said unto Yehoshua, Adonai, give me in him of thy garments, that I may have courage to draw near unto him. But Yahushua said unto him, Thou canst not take in him of my garments, for these are not my garments which I wore before I was crucified. And Bartholomew said, Adonai, I fear least, like as he spared not thine angels, he swallow me up also. And Yehoshua saith unto him, We are not all things made by my word, and by the will of my Father, the Ruach were made subject unto Shilomo. Now I gotta find that word at one of these times. Matter of fact, I think there's a glossary in the back, so I'm gonna take a look right quick because I'm curious. No, there's not a glossary in the back. Let me check and see if there's a glossary in here at all. No, I'm not seeing a glossary in here, family.
What is the word?
This right here, Shalomo, or whatever.
How you spell it?
SHELOMOH.
Meaning peaceable is a common Hebrew male given name. The following individuals, okay, that's not it. Since the names arise from the Hebrew shalom, meaning peace, completeness in number, safety, soundness in body, health, prosperity.
All right, so I'm gonna reread verse 21.
Biblical
Right?
Hebrew form of Solomon. What's the sentences? I was just saying.
Right. So Yehoshua saith unto him, Were not all things made by my word and by the will of my Father? The Rukat were made subject unto Shalomo. Okay, okay. After rereading it, that's
Solomon.
yeah. Okay, it does sound a little different after rereading it. Thou therefore, being commanded by my word, go in my name and ask him what thou wilt. And Bartholomew made the sign of the cross and prayed unto Yehoshua and went behind him. And Yehoshua said to him, draw near. And as Bartholomew drew near, fire was kindled on every side, so that his garments appeared fiery. Yehoshua saith to Bartholomew, as I said unto thee, tread upon his neck and ask him, what is his power? And Bartholomew went and trod upon his neck and pressed down his face into the earth as far as his ears. And Bartholomew saith unto him, tell me who thou art, and what is thy name? And he said to him, lighten me a little, and I will tell thee who I am and how I came hither, and what my work is, and what my power is. And he lightened him, and saith to him, say all that thou hast done, and all that thou doest. And Belial answered and said, if thou wilt know my name, at the first I was called Sataniel, which is interpreted a messenger of Elohim. But when I rejected the image of Elohim, my name was called Satan, that is, an angel that keepeth hell. And again, Bartholomew saith unto him, reveal unto me all things, and hide nothing from me. And he said unto him, I swear unto thee by the power of the glory of Elohim, that even if I would hide aught, I cannot, for he is near that would convict me. For if I were able, I would have destroyed you like one of them that were before you. For indeed, I was formed the first angel, for when Elohim made the heavens, he took a handful of fire and formed me first. Michael second, Gabriel third, Uriel fourth, Raphael fifth, Nathanael sixth, and other angels of whom I cannot tell the names, for they are the rod bearers of Elohim. And they smite me with their rods and pursue me 7 times in the night and 7 times in the day, and leave me not at all, and break in pieces all my power. These are the angels of vengeance which stand before the throne of Elohim. These are the angels that were first formed. And after them were formed all the angels in the first heaven, and are 100 myriads, and in the second 100 myriads, and in the third 100 myriads, and the fourth 100 myriads, and the fifth 100 myriads, and the sixth 100 myriads, and the seventh 100 myriads. And outside of the 7 heavens is the first firmament, flat surface, wherein are the powers which work upon men. For there are 4 other angels set over the winds. The first angel is over the north, and he is called Karum, and hath in his hand a rod of fire, and restraineth the superfluity of moisture, that the earth be not over much wet. And the angel that is over the north is called Oertha, or Alphatha. He hath a torch of fire, and putteth it in his side, and they warm the great coldness of him that he frees not the world.
This reminds me of the angels in Revelation. That what is it? Bowls. They have bowls, and they
Right.
ask for the bowls.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that reminds me of.
Right. And the angel that is over the south is called Kerkutha, or cedar, that they break his fierceness, that he shake not the earth. And the angel that is over the southwest is called Nautha, and he hath a rod of snow in his hand, and put it into his mouth, and quencheth the fire that cometh out of his mouth. And if the angel quenched it not at his mouth, it would set all the world on fire. And there is another angel over the sea, which maketh it rough with the waves thereof. But and it cuts off right here, Bartholomew saith unto him, how chastest, or chastiest the souls of men, or chastisest, how chastisest the souls of men. Belial saith unto him, wilt thou that I declare unto thee the punishment of the hypocrites, of the backbiters, of the jesters, of the idolaters, and the covetous, and the adulterers, and the wizards, and the diviners, and of them that believe in us, and all of whom I deceive? Bartholomew said unto him, declare quickly how thou persuadest men to not to follow Elohim and thine evil arts, that are slippery and dark, that they should leave the straight and shining paths of Yahweh. And he smote his teeth together, gnashing them. And there came up out of the bottomless pit a wheel, having a sword flashing with fire, and in the sword were pipes. And he asked him, saying, what is this sword? Anti-Mashiach, or Antichrist, answered, the pipe tunnel of fire in the first knife, or in the first knife. In it are put the casters of lots, and diviners, and enchanters, and they that believe in them, or have sought them, because in the iniquity of their heart they have invented false divinations. Into the second pipe are sent the backbiters, which backbite their neighbors secretly. Into the third pipe are sent the hypocrites, and the rest of whom I overthrow by my contrivance. And Bartholomew said, dost thou then do these things by thyself alone? And Satan said, if I were able to go forth by myself, I would have destroyed the whole world in 3 days. But neither I nor any of the 600 go forth. For we have other swift ministers whom we command, and we furnish them with an hook of many points, and send them forth to hunt. And they catch for us souls of men, entice them with sweetness of diviners, or divers, or diverse baits. That is by drunkenness and laughter, by backbiting, hypocrisy, pleasures, fornication, and the rest of the. And I will tell thee also the rest of the names of the angels. And the angel of the hail is called Mirmioth, and he holdeth the hail upon his head. And my ministers do adjure him, and send him with thy will, or send him whether they will. And other angels there over the snow, and other over the thunder, and other over the lightning. And when any ruach of us will go forth either by land or by sea, these angels send forth fiery stones, and set our limbs on fire. Bartholomew saith, be still, thou dragon of the pit. And Belial said, many things will I tell thee of the angels, they that run together throughout the heavenly places, and the earthly are these: Mermioth, Onomatoth, Duth or whatever, Melioth, Karuth, Graphathos, Oertha or Othera, Nephanos, Chalcatora. With them are administered the things that are in heaven and on earth and under the earth. Bartholomew saith unto him, Be still and be faint, and I may entreat my Adonai, that I may entreat my Adonai. And Bartholomew fell upon his face and cast earth upon his head and began to say, O Adonai, Yehoshua HaMashiach, the great and glorious name, all the choirs of the angels praise thee, O Master. And I, that I am unworthy with my lips to praise thee, O Master. Hearken unto me, thy servant, and as thou didst choose me from the receipt of the custom, and didst not suffer me to have my conversation unto the end in my former deeds. And Adonai Yehoshua HaMashiach, hearken unto me, and have mercy upon the sinners. And when he had said so, Yehoshua saith unto him, Rise up, suffer him that groaneth to arise. I will declare the rest unto thee. And Bartholomew raised up Satan and said unto him, Go unto thy place with thine angels, but Yahweh hath mercy upon all his world. But Satan said, Suffer me, and I will tell thee how I was cast down into this place, and how Yahweh did make man. I was going to and fro in the world, and Elohim said unto Mikael, Bring me a clod from the four corners of the earth, and water out of the four rivers of the Garden of Eden. And when Mikael brought them, Elohim formed Adam in the regions of the east, and shaped the clod, which was shapeless, and stretched sinews and veins upon it, and established it with joints. And he worshipped himself for his own sake first, because he was the image of Elohim, therefore he worshipped him. And when I came from the ends of the earth, Mikael said, Worship thou the image of Elohim, which he hath made according to his likeness. But I said, I am fire of fire. I was the first angel formed, and shall worship clay and matter. And Mikael saith to me, Worship, lest Elohim be wroth with thee. But I said to him, Elohim will not be wroth with me, but I will set my throne over against his throne, and I will be as he is. Then was Elohim wroth with me, and cast me down, having commanded the windows of heaven to be opened. And when I was cast down, he asked also the 600 that were under me if they would worship. But they said, Like as we have seen the first angel do, neither will we worship him that is less than ourselves. Then were the 600 also cast down by him with me. And when we were cast down upon the earth, we were senseless for 40 years. And when the sun shone forth 7 times brighter than fire, suddenly I awakened, and I looked about and saw the 600 that were under me senseless. And I awakened my son Salpsan, and took him to counsel how I might deceive the man on whose account I was cast out of the heavens. And thus did I contrive it. I took a vial in mine hand and scraped the sweat from off my breast and the hair of mine armpits, and washed myself in the springs of the waters whence the 4 rivers flow out. And Kawa drank of it, and desire came upon her. For if she had not drunk of the water, I should not have been able to deceive her. Yeah, I know, that's nasty, huh?
That's disgusting.
And Bartholomew came and fell at Yehoshua's feet, and began with tears to say thus, Abba, Father, that part or that art past finding out by us, word of the Father, whom the seven heavens hardly contained, but who was pleased to be continued easily and without pain within the body of the Virgin, whom the Virgin knew not that she bare, thou by thy thought hast ordained all things to be. Thou givest us that which we need before thou art entreated. Thou that didst wear a crown of thorns, that thou mightest prepare for us that repent the precious crown from heaven, that didst hang upon thee, or hang upon the tree, that thou mightest turn from us the tree of lust and con, concupiscence,
Concupiscence.
concupiscence, okay, that didst drink wine mingled with gall, that thou mightest give us to drink of the wine of uh, compunction, and was pierced in the side with a spear, that thou mightest fill us with thy body and thy blood. Thou that gavest names unto the four rivers, to the first Pison, because of the faith which thou didst appear in the world to preach, to the second Gion, for that man was made of earth, to the third Tigris or Tigris, because by thee was revealed unto us the uh, consubstantial Godhead in the heavens, to the fourth Euphrates, because by thy presence in the world thou madest every soul to rejoice through the word of immortality. My Elohim and Father, the greatest, my King, save Adonai the sinners. When he had thus prayed, Yehoshua said unto him, Bartholomew, my father did name me Hamashiach, that I might come down upon earth and anoint every man that cometh unto me with the oil of life. And he did call me Yehoshua or Yahawashai, that I might heal every sin of them that know not and give unto men. And again Bartholomew saith unto him, Adonai, is it lawful for me to reveal these mysteries unto every man? Yehoshua saith unto him, Bartholomew, my beloved, as many as are faithful and are able to keep them unto themselves, to them mayest thou entrust these things. For some there are that be worthy of them, but there are also other some unto whom it is not fit to entrust them, for they are vain, drunkards, proud, unmerciful, partakers in idolatry, authors of fornication, slanderers, teachers of foolishness, and doing all works that are of Satan. And therefore are they not worthy that these should be entrusted to them. And also they are secret because of those that cannot contain them. For as many as can contain them shall have a part in them. Herein, therefore, my beloved, have I spoken unto thee, for blessed art thou, and all thy kindred, which of their choice have this word entrusted unto them. For all they that of my judgment. Then I, Bartholomew, which wrote these things in mine heart, took hold unto the hand of glory be to thee, O Adonai, Yehoshua HaMashiach, that givest unto all thy grace, which all we have perceived. Hallelujah. Glory be to thee, O Adonai, the life of sinners. Glory be to thee, O Adonai, death is put to shame. Glory be to thee, O Adonai, the treasure of righteousness. For unto Elohim do we sing. And as Bartholomew thus spake again, Yehoshua put off his mantle and took a kerchief from the neck of Bartholomew and began to rejoice and say, I am good, mild and gracious and merciful, strong and righteous, wonderful and holy. I am good. Hallelujah. I am meek and gentle. Hallelujah. Glory be to thee, O Adonai, for I give gifts unto all them that desire me. Excuse me. Hallelujah. Glory be to thee, O Adonai, world without end. Aman. Hallelujah. And when he had ceased, the apostles kissed him, and he gave them the shalom of love. So all of that is like, well, I know we still got one more chapter left, but all of this is just like, wow. Um, yeah, like, like I'm lightweight speechless. Truth be told, it's like,
How you talking?
right,
How
like,
you talking?
right. But I mean, I just don't know how to break this down. Is what I'm getting at. It's like
I don't
you
think
just
it-
read it and just take it in. It's just one of those things. You just read it and just take it in. You know, there's no need for a breakdown. There's no need to. You don't break this down. You just take it in. It really is just that simple. Is that you feel the same way, I?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's why I've just been quiet. I've been sitting up there eating my little crackers, listening to you read it. But nah, that's what it is. It's kind of straightforward. I mean, you don't really need to stop and say, "Hey, let's break down what is that." I mean, unless you're just gonna read it, bring it back and rewind it and read it over again. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah, definitely. So it's like, oh my goodness. All right, so let's go ahead and go into chapter 5. This is the last chapter right here, I believe. So Bartholomew saith unto him, declare unto us, Adonai, what sin is heavier than all sins? Yehoshua saith unto him, verily I say unto thee, that hypocrisy and backbiting is heavier than all sins. For because of them, the prophet said in the psalm that the ungodly shall not rise in the judgment, neither sinners in the counsel of the righteous, neither the ungodly in the judgment of my Father. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that every sin shall be forgiven unto every man, but the sin against the Ruach HaKodesh, meaning the Holy Spirit, shall not be forgiven. And Bartholomew saith unto him, what is the sin against the Ruach HaKodesh? Yehoshua saith unto him, whosoever shall decree against any man that hath served my holy father hath blasphemed against the Ruach HaKodesh.
Wait, say that again.
So I'm going to read this one more time. Whosoever shall decree against any man that hath served my holy father hath blasphemed against the Ruach HaKodesh. For every man that serveth Elohim worshipfully is worthy of the Ruach HaKodesh. And he that speaketh anything evil against him shall not be forgiven. Woe unto him that sweareth by the head of Elohim. Yea, woe to him that sweareth falsely by him truly. For there are 12 heads of Elohim, the Most High, for he is the truth, and in him is no lie, neither forswearing. Yea, therefore go ye and preach unto all the world the word of truth. And thou, Bartholomew, preach this word unto every one that desireth it, and as many as, and it cuts off right there. Bartholomew saith, O Adonai, and if any sin with sin of the body, what is their reward? So let me read that again. If any sin with sin of the body, what is their reward? And Yehoshua said, it is good if he that is immersed present his immersion blameless. Read that again. It is good if he that is immersed present his immersion blameless.
I don't know what that means.
It is good if he that is immersed present his immersion blameless. But if the lust of the flesh come upon him, he ought to be the husband of one wife. The married, if they are good and pay tithes, will receive 100-fold. A second marriage is lawful on condition of the diligent performance of good works and due payment of tithes. But a third marriage is reprobated, and virginity is best. But ye preach ye unto every man that they keep themselves from such things. For I depart not from you, and I do supply you with the Ruach HaKodesh. Yahushua or Yehoshua ascends in the clouds, and two angels appear and say, Ye men of Galilee or Galilee, and the rest, and Bartholomew worshipped him with the apostles and glorified Elohim earnestly, saying, Glory be to thee, Holy Father, Son, unquenchable, incomprehensible, full of light. Unto thee be glory, unto thee honor and adoration, world without end. Amen. And so that right there is Bartholomew, aka Bartholomew. Halawiyah Jules B. Always good to see you. Calvin Andrews, always good to see you, Ak. Call the Truth puts up 1 Timothy 3:2. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach.
Wait, what?
It is good if he.
You're repeating it in here.
Right, yeah, you messing with the volume. Like,
Well, because I pressed play by accident, but I gotta look at the words.
ah. So, yeah, she puts up right here 1 Timothy 3:2. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach. One wife. I see. I see. But the Jason Camphor says, I was listening to that scripture the other day. Um, so it is. Let's just go ahead and pull this back up. Yeah, there are some questions. I mean, I guess I would definitely ask, you know what I'm saying? Like, and definitely pray about
Yeah, especially the part with
the how many marriages and things like that. That's yeah, that's a question. But go ahead. What was yours?
yeah, thank you. The one with the Ruach Hakodesh, the sitting against the Ruach. Because the way it's broken down, it sounds to me like sinning against the Ruach would include those who have taken his name in vain and been untruthful, like I swear, blah blah, and then they're lying. And also, like if someone is truly a prophet of theirs, and you're speaking against that prophet,
Right. Because
then that's like, mm,
right, and he says, "For every man that serveth Elohim worshipfully is worthy of the Ruach Hakodesh, and he that speaketh anything evil against him shall not be forgiven."
yeah, because that would be like someone assuming that some of these teachers out here that there's okay, so let's say, like for example, let's say if people are wrong about TJ, what's his name, TD Jakes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So let's say people are really wrong about it. That
Um,
means that anybody who spoke against him, they sinned against the Holy Spirit if they're wrong.
well, see, that's just it. Yahweh Shai said, "You will know a tree by its fruit. You will know them by their works."
But Rose, don't leave what I'm saying.
I'm
What I'm
not, no,
saying
no,
is
I'm
the point that
clarifying.
I'm saying is I'm not sticking up for the dude. What I'm saying is that people who have spoken against that man and other people,
I kind of get what
if
Sister
they're
Yaz is saying.
wrong, right? I'm not
I
saying
see what
that
you're
he is
saying, sis. Because that's why I'm very careful not to put my mouth on any teacher. You see what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put my mouth on any teacher. You know what I'm saying? Even if they still in Christianity or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like all I can do is speak. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna put my mouth on because you don't never know. You never know who. You know what I'm saying? You never know who the Most High was using him to wake up. You see what I'm saying? And not wake up, but you know what I'm saying? Using, because, just like she's saying, like T.D. Jakes or whatever, you know what I'm saying? He may be where he at right now, but he might have started off anointed. We never know. But you see, but if he did start off anointed, then it's kind of bad to put your mouth on it because if you put your mouth on it, if he did start off anointed, then the Most High may judge you for that. You know what I'm saying?
right.
So
And
I
I
see what you're
forgive you.
saying.
So yeah, that's my thing. Because at the end of the day, we could be, we could feel really confident in a belief that we have, but the reality is that neither one of us are really, really, really gonna know for sure the truth until that day, until the day comes. Like, don't think for a second that other people in other belief systems, don't think for a second that they're not looking at us saying that we're wrong.
I mean, I understand all
And
that.
then look at our culture. Our culture is so divided. There's so much confusion.
Well,
And like we even look in this book.
that's that's
It's
exactly why one of the things that was so important that we went through like last year was first and second Baruch. And when you get to that consummation of times, like you just said, there's so much confusion in this day and time right now. And that's exactly one of the things that was spoken of that was going to happen is in the consummation of times, confusion from the mingling together of all things,
well,
all things.
isn't a commandment that we're not supposed to commit adultery?
Right.
Yeah, so then this thing right here at the end, like that goes against. Not only does it goes against the creation of Adam and Eve being one man, one woman, but that goes also against of the Ten Commandments, and the Ten Commandments were in the Garden of Eden. Did I say that right? Yeah, the Garden of Eden. They were there. All the other statutes and commandments that came in after.
I hear you.
Because this is speaking against the commandments. And this is what gets me, and this is supposed to be like something that was in the New Testament that wasn't inserted. This is what leads to the confusion because but at the end of the day we had to apply the same rule. Would you say Isaiah said that? Precepts upon
Line
precepts,
upon line.
line upon
Yeah,
line,
precept.
precepts upon precepts. So for me, that's confirmation for me because I can't think that fast and that clever. I'm about analyzing, taking time, and processing. So for me, that's just answers to me because that goes against the commandment of the Most High.
Not exactly,
Well, that, I'm
because
just telling you what I just got.
well, and I'm telling you that in Deuteronomy there speaks of, or Moses speaks of, being able to divorce.
Yeah, but Deuteronomy, Yahweh Shai says it in his word that things were not always the way they were.
Right, that is
And so
true.
the stuff that you see in Deuteronomy came about because the stony hearts.
Some things, yeah.
So those laws and statutes and commandments, all that came out of Deuteronomy came after because of the stony heart. And that was out of Yahweh Shai's mouth. But what we stand firm in and what we know is that the Ten Commandments were in the Garden of Eden. That's how things were.
All right, so the Ten Commandments, we get the first of those. We get that's one of the reasons why we read first and second Adam and Eve, because inside of there, and then in the second book of Adam and Eve, is where we start seeing how the whole coming together of the Ten Commandments was established from the beginning. And so that I absolutely agree with. You know, that's where we get all those things established. Um, hold on. I'm seeing some of the comments right quick. Let me flip back over on the
I
screen.
can't see any of this stuff.
So the one fam. All right. So righteous. Whosoever shall say to his brother, Rakah, shall be in danger of the council. Yeah. I mean, there's absolutely there's. I mean, this is why we. That's why we continue to read and pray, and we stick to the absolute basics. All right. Stick to the Ten Commandments at very least. At very least. And then as you get better and better at those Ten Commandments, seek for the Most High, or seek the Most High to reveal unto you what else. Is there any other commandment that you should definitely continue to, that you should hold on to, and to abide by? And the Most High will reveal those things unto you through His Ruach Hakodesh. These are the basics and the important things. And it's not hard to keep these commandments. It really isn't. It's just, I mean, some things I guess are trying because of patience and arguments every now and again, or things like that. But it really shouldn't be as hard as we make it, as far as keeping peace with one another. Um, Not necessarily agreeing to disagree, but opening up the word and allowing the Most High's word to be the truth and every man be the liar. Sticking to these basics, and so, his law is not grievous, as he has said. His yoke is not heavy, as Yahweh has said. His burden is light, as he had said. And so it is not hard. Pride. Pride is what gets in the way of wanting to be right all the time, not allowing ourselves to be humble enough that we may have been incorrect in any one bit of our speech. These are the most common things that happens to us all the time when we get into disagreements with somebody, and it's that pride of not wanting to be wrong. We got to be right all the time. So by humility and being humble, looking at Abba's word, you know, I let Abba, let his word be the truth and every man the liar. And once you find the truth inside Abba's word, submit to that. You know, that's the best I could possibly say is always seek the Most High's word, seek Yahweh Shai, the word of the Most High, the breath of the Most High, and obey. It really is that simple. Um, are the people around you going to allow that to be simple? Is your coworkers going to allow it to be simple? Maybe not, but it is something to practice day in and day out. It's something that we have to keep in our hearts at all times to try to do those things. Ariel, what you got, bro?
I'm just sitting there listening. I mean, uh, I felt what Sister Yass was coming from with a lot of it. And I feel where I mean, we're just reading it and taking it for what it says because as far as reading these scriptures here, they were like we said earlier, they were pretty much straightforward. You know what I mean? Ain't too much really to break down. It's pretty much straightforward. Yeah, and I feel like you know, certain things was kind of nudged me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like yes too. Kind of nudged me a little bit. Like hold up, that kind of don't line up. We kind of got to use the same thing here. You know what I mean? But we we all have to study and study for ourselves. You know what I mean? And you kind of line it up where you want to line it up at. You know, that's all I got.
Right. Now, I do agree with Call the Truth right here. Quite a bit was redacted from this book, many cutoffs. I noticed that as well, as far as within these scriptures right here of Bartholomew. Um, I remember the first time I actually got a chance to see any bit of this was from Brother TCA. So shout out to him. And I can't remember, and I want to say I think he had the same issue with the translation in which he had, that there were some cutoff spots and things like that where the rest of the scripture wasn't finished. So I don't know why that is or what, but I agree. I agree as far as these scriptures go. Um, let's see here.
Why was some of it cut off? I was wondering about that too.
Yeah, that's part of what I was just saying. Like I do not know. That's just
That's some cut off make me feel like, well, something like that,
I mean,
right?
I
Because
hear you.
they writing based on memory or something like that. Like, let me not make, you got the point, right? That.
I hear
Right.
you.
Yeah, cause I was getting lost when it was just like, cause I'm following and I'm like, and he just jumped over and it's just like that, like, like I don't know, like what's up with that? I didn't know what was going on at all till I kind of saw that. I'm like, okay, they all kind of certain ones in like that.
Oh, see, inside the actual book, um, inside the actual hardcover book, Yahweh's words are in red. So maybe I'll remake this and let me take a look and see where all these cutoffs. I mean,
So the book, y'all, came during Shabbat, so he couldn't bring it in.
right,
So he couldn't cross reference it. Because, there's no taking in, there's no bringing in or bringing out.
right,
So he got to actually look at the book when sundown was approaching.
Mm, um, let's see here. Yeah, all the books have been tampered with, but y'all knows. I agree. I agree.
I was just typing that in the thing that I agree. Yeah.
Let me see here. What verse is that? Verse 9.
I mean,
All
'cause
right.
when
All
we
right.
sitting there thinking
So,
about it, because she just sparked my mind with what she said. I mean, I don't know if that's a he or a she, with what they just said about all the books
So
are tampered. You know, we gotta, you know, just because the books are tampered, that don't mean stop reading them. You know what I'm saying? Like the books are there for you to read. You know what I'm saying? Books, we gotta pick up the books and read. I mean, how else are we going? You know what I'm saying? And we stop reading books, then you know what I'm saying. That's how they got us where we at right now. You know what I mean? Not reading. They say hide anything from a black man, put it in a book.
all
You
right.
know, so
So, real quick, right here, verse 6. Ye therefore go ye and preach unto all the world the word of truth. And thou, Bartholomew, preach this word unto every one that desireth it, and as many as. Now, I'm here in the actual hardcover book. It finishes that off as saying, and as many as believe thereon shall have eternal life. So finishes it. The hardcover finishes that off. So I'm wondering, like,
why did the PDF not
yeah,
finish it?
right.
This is
So
why y'all gotta always cross reference, man.
right, absolutely. So I'm gonna go back to chapter 4 and 64. All right. So right here that we have up on the screen, y'all can see it. Chapter 4 and 64 right here. And I'm gonna put the little cursor thing right over here on the side of this where it ends off. And the book here, when he had thus prayed, Yehoshua said unto him, Bar Talmai, my father did name me Hamashiach, that I might come down upon earth and anoint every man that might come unto me with the oil of life. And he did call me Yehoshua, that I might heal every sin of them that know not, and give unto men truth of Elohim. So I don't know why it doesn't have give unto men truth of Elohim right here. I don't know why it doesn't have that on the PDF. So that causes me to want to go back up to where some of Miriam's conversation was cut.
Because she was praying.
All right, right here, verse 36. I want to make sure what chapter is this. So, chapter 3 and verse 36. Or was it 4 and 36? Okay, so right here in the book, because in 36 right here, it says, but the, and the dot, dot, dot. In the book, it says, but the rest I will not tell thee, for he that standeth by suffereth me not. All right, so, family, and it might be hard for me to make PDFs from this right here. because the pages are so tight together. Like, I'm serious, they are tight together. I don't know, I might be able to still. We'll see. I'm not above remaking this PDF. I think y'all probably appreciate it more because of the red letter that's in it. Like, I was gonna cut the camera off for 1 second, but I turned around like, nah. All right, so let me scroll back up to another spot where it cuts off. Okay, verse 10. And I think this might be, yeah, all right. And he spoke thus. Yehoshua raised him up and said unto him, Bartholomew, wilt thou see the adversary of men? I tell thee that when thou beholdest him, not thou only, but the rest of the apostles and Miriam will fall on your faces and become as dead corpses. That's what it says in the book. So right here, where it says, but I tell thee that when thou beholdest him, not thou only, but the rest of, and the dot dot dot, that dot 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 is the rest of the apostles and Miriam will fall on your faces and become as dead corpses. So yeah, family, there's I'm gonna go back through and okay, so chapter 2 and verse 20, all these little dot 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 spots. I'm gonna read these out for y'all. And he said unto me, Yet 3 years, and I will send my word unto thee, and thou shalt conceive a son, and through him shall the whole creation be saved. Shalom be unto thee, my beloved, and my shalom shall be with thee continually. And when he had so said, he vanished away from mine eyes, and the temple was restored as it had been before. And as she was saying this, fire issued out from her mouth. All right, so those yeah, so I did catch the rest of that. Shalom be unto Shalom be unto thee, my beloved, and my shalom shall be with thee continually. Now, where's another cutoff spot? Right here, verse 13. Mm, 2 and 13. And I'm gonna start right here at this son of the father. I'm gonna start right there. This is a pretty long verse. I'm gonna do that in the book. All right. So let me find it again. Son of the Father, thou whom the seven heavens hardly contained, but who wast well pleased to be contained without pain in me. Thou art thyself the full word of the Father, in whom all things came to be. Give glory to thine exceeding great name, and bid me to speak before thy holy apostles. So the word apostles is the word that's not finished off right here. Why? I do not know. Like, how hard is it to just put apostles right there? Verse 12 in chapter 1, I believe it is. No, it's chapter 2, verse 12, right here. But they said unto her, he that is scarce contained by the, right here. So in the book, it says, but they say unto her, he that is scarce contained by the seven heavens was pleased to be contained in thee. So there's, like, I do wonder. I do wonder. And it's going to cause me to have to go ahead and remake this PDF, which I'm fine with that. You already know. I know there's another spot in here in the first chapter, I believe, that has the dot, dot, dot on it. Well, maybe, maybe not. Now I'm looking over on this side. I'm curious as well with some of these brackets, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so 1 and 32 or the 53, my beloved. Yeah, it's the same way. It just has red letter on it. Okay. Yeah, I will definitely look, you know what I'm saying? So let me see what I can pull off right quick with doing this. I'm gonna back you out for just 1 second, Hario. And then all right, so and then everything in the red letter right here is all Hamashiach. But I'm gonna go ahead and this comes from the His Word, Hebrew Israelite Scriptures, 400 Years of Slavery Edition, 1611, Gold Edition. So, and I'll go ahead and go to the towards the very, very, very beginning of the whole everything. The Old Testament books, all the way through Malachi, and then the apocryphal books, the Book of Adam and Eve, Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Yehuda, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Joseph, Benjamin, First and Second Esdras, Tobit, Judith, the rest of Esther, Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiasticus. My only hang up is only one Baruch right here. Because we all went through first and second Baruch, so we know that Baruch is bigger than 3 pages, bigger than 2 pages. Ain't no way you're gonna have first and second Baruch in 2 pages. Second Baruch was long. Epistle of Jeremiah, Prayer of Azariah, Fell on the Dragon, Prayer of Manasseh. But this here only has two Maccabees. Well, is in the Sefer. There's four Maccabees. And Nicodemus and Bartholomew, Gospel of James, and then actually I'm not seeing Matthew, Mark, and Luke right here. But I could have sworn I just saw it a little bit ago as I was flipping through. So I'm curious. Let me flip. Yeah, the Gospel according to Luke. So it does have Luke and Mark and Matthew. I don't know why I didn't just say that though. But I like some of these pictures though here and there. They have some colored pictures in there every now and again. And then John, Yochanan, and with the red letter in it to boot. Now I don't know what's up with that. It must have been yeah, some with they printing thing. So if I redo the book of John or Yehochanan, I might do it from this. I don't know. Because it already has the red letter already there. Which that's nice. I like that. But on the back, but yeah.
I like that one, bro. I like that one. I didn't know if I could have talked while you had me the backstage, but I like that one.
Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't. I wasn't gonna hear you having you backstage like that.
I like that one. I like that one. I like the way like the sections that it got the testaments of it got what it got the testaments of look like all the boys in there too,
Yeah, the 12.
huh? Right.
So Jules B, this is called. A matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back on camera right quick. That way everybody can get a good look at it. His word, Hebrew Israelite scriptures, 400 years of slavery, 1611 gold edition. And this is the hardcover right here. Yeah, hardcover. But let me see here. I have a Sephra and a separate apocrypha. I have a hard time understanding the Sephra. Um, well, I don't know. I don't know. I would just say just continue to read it. You know, go check into the glossary. Like I don't know what you what. Oh, yeah, yeah. All right. So like some of the names and some of the locations that they have in the Yiddish brew or whatever. Um, yeah, I know. And see, this is something that I agree with you. Call the truth. I know what you mean when you say that. Now I had to think about it for a moment. Um, is that by Jediah Malik? Let me see here. Kai Yeshua Press. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know, family. Probably nobody gets upset, but the names are changed in Sefer. I think the his version maybe easier to read. Probably, probably. I got to go back and take a look. I just know that there is no. I have not seen Jasher in here. I haven't seen Enoch in here. Let me go check just to make sure. Leviticus, Exodus. Oh, oh my goodness! And then once you get out of Deuteronomy 28, all right. Oh my goodness! Yeah, I got to show y'all this. All right, so yeah, there's a reason why this is the 400 year. Let me see here. All right, so Deuteronomy, Devarim 28, and then once you flip the page, it goes into Deuteronomy 28 in the middle passage, the mid passage, the mid leg of the triangular trade route, transatlantic slave trade. It starts going into 28:15 and 68. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy Elohim, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Um, but then it goes into showing, some of the ways in which they transported us and how these scriptures line up with us. And then it finishes off the rest of Deuteronomy 28. It goes into Deuteronomy 29. Yeah, this book, look it up on Amazon. Um, so yes, interesting. The Sefer doesn't say everything the KJV says. I do understand that, and so that's the other thing about this right here edition is the 1611 edition, and so it should. Right, matter of fact, me and brother Donald Livingston was going over something just the other day in Second Esdras, chapter 14, verse 44, and I got to check and see if this right here says the same thing. All right, because when we was in the Sefer does not say what the 1611 says. So I want to pull this on up right quick, and I think this right here. Okay, so this Adam and Eve has 44 chapters. Hmm. So I might be able to pull that off. I don't know. I might be able to do something. Okay. First Esdras, second Esdras. Let me get to chapter 14 right quick. 14 and 44. Yes, it does. Oh my goodness. All right. Hold on. Let me go grab the Sefer right quick, because I got to show y'all something. Yeah, yeah, family. This is very, very, very interesting. Now, the only thing is that no, that's right. Like I said, the Sefer has four of the Maccabees, whereas this one only has two of them. All right. So I'm gonna show y'all what the Sefer says right quick, and then we're gonna show you what the 400 says. All right. All right. So Second Esdras, chapter 14, verse 44. All right. I'm gonna try to stabilize this the best I can. I know it's coming up a little bit fuzzy on y'all's screen. I have to back you out for just a moment, Hario. All right. And it's still probably a little fuzzy on y'all's screen. All right. In 40 days, they wrote 94 Sepharim. And it came to pass when the 40 days were filled that El Elyon, the Most High, spoke, saying, the first that you have written, publish openly, that the worthy and unworthy may read it. All right. But keep the 70 last, that thou may deliver them only to such as be wise among the people. For in them is the spring of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge. And I did so. My point is that in 40 days they wrote 94 Sepharim, 94 books. Now, the 1611 King James Version and this one right here says, go right here. Let's try. All right. Second, okay. Right up here, my bad. In 40 days, they wrote 204 books. 204 books. And it came to pass, when the 40 days were filled, that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, publish openly, that the worthy and unworthy may read it. But keep the 70 last, that thou mayest deliver them only to such as be wise among the people. For in them is the spring of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and the stream of knowledge. And I did so. So, that's right. Second Esdras 14 and 44 through 47 from the KJV 1611. Says she is doing better, sis. The headache just won't go away. Talking about Sister Rachel. Right, Jules B. 94 versus 204. That's right. Big old brew facts right there. So, all right, Hario, my bad.
Now you good, you good.
But yeah, in the Sefer, it only talks about 94 books being written, but in the 1611 of the KJV, it talks about 204 books being written. Yeah, yeah, right there. In 40 days, they wrote 204 books. So there's a lot more. There's a lot more books. Yes, the Sefer is more Yiddish brew than anything. That's one of the conversations we had a long time ago about trying to get into the linguistics and things like that. Um, Let me see here. Let me show y'all a little something something I've been trying to put piece together. And all right, so I found these right here on Pinterest. All right, I'm just keeping all known with y'all. Y'all know I ain't got no time to lie about nothing. So share. Oh, all right, so make sure this comes up just right. Actually, that one's not. But all right, there we go. There we go. So I gotta stop screen share and then reshare. All right, so this is something. These pages right here I found on Pinterest. This is the ancient Hebrew right here. So when y'all hear Brother Hezekiah or some others saying Kahala, call meaning all, and halal meaning praises or praise or all praise, call halal. So I've been going and trying to find as much as I possibly can. Let me see here. C and D, E, F, G, H. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Pray. Why am I not seeing praise right here? Um, I know I've been finding a lot, so just trying to put it all together. But I'm trying to work out and trying to I'm just studying. I'm just researching, just trying to find the truth. I don't know why I'm still not seeing praise on this sheet here. And not only these, but also needing to go back to um, let's see here. Bantu names and meanings. I mean, I'm trying. I'm Seems like they wanted to hide some. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, Jules B said I don't do Yibru. I feel you. Hmm. So there's oh, the origin over on this side. This is over on blackreeducationtv.com or .org, I believe. And they have this over there. Yeah, I've just been trying, family. It's been a little minute, but there's still so much. There's still so much for me to look into. Doesn't Yehuda mean praise? You know what? There is that too. I've seen that, so that's a real good question, and I believe you're still right in that. Um, so I'm just trying. That's all I can say is I'm trying. I'm just studying and trying to uncover things. I'm trying to search matters out. I'm just trying to do all that I can really to if someone dropped the link for that list, I got you. Let me go ahead and let's go to this. Um, no, that's not it. I'm trying, family. Here we go. No, that's not it. But it's not a bad one. All right, so here. All right, here we go. So let me share this with here with you. All right, so right here, blackreeducationtv.org, right here. Um, Make sure. Oh, that's not even showing you that. It's like it went to a whole different. All right, right here. All right, so right here. This is blackreeducationtv.org. Let me try to blow this on up for y'all right quick. I know how it still does. So this is in Bantu. Only so Nini, Nanini, I am that I am, and Sidisi, Sindisi can fulfill our heart's desire as Bantu Yakobi. All right, so you got to remember this is in Bantu, not Yiddish brew or. All right, so let me go into that far right there. So over here they have the calendar that you can, if you do it on your phone, you can you can sync your calendar in with the Bantu calendar of South Africa. Um, Hebrew Bantu Connections, The Real Hebrews, Pastor Stephen Darby, Esau and Edom Uncovered, Gallery. I'm trying to get to the right here, Bantu Names and Meanings. So once you click on this here, now on the PC, I believe it sits still. So let me go and do this. Copy and paste right here. This is the link where I'm at right now. And so that way you can start trying to uh, learn Bantu, which will be very, very useful in going home. Oh, yeah, there's a whole lot to go through. And so now the English to Hebrew list I found on Pinterest, to be quite completely honest with you. But there is also, oh, no, I about messed up. There is also this right here. There's also this one, the Paleo Hebrew Dictionary.org. I was trying to let this site go ahead and sync up right quick. Go ahead and share this with you. So if you subscribe to their mailing list or the email list right here, you'll be updated as more words come available. So if you go to the glossary right here and click on that, so ab, abaka, abad, abaduan, abadawan, abak, and abak this way, abar. I mean, you can click on any one of these. So let me just, all right, since I'm right here. Asha or Esau, and shows you how to so Yatshak or Isaac. So that's one of the reasons why I be saying Yashak. Bond or son. Yaakov or Yaakov for Jacob. And then the letter meanings as you go through and to break some of these things down. The Yiddish, Esab or Esav, Arabic, Aramaic, Greek, English, Abarayat. You know, there's a lot. It's a lot, definitely. It's all good. It's all good. All praise to the Most High. I mean, just searching, and more searching. That's all I've been doing. Is just looking and trying to find things. So, I mean, I pray that y'all find these as well. Let me go ahead and copy and paste into here. No, I did that one already. And then here's another one. All praise to the Most High, definitely. So yeah, like I just been comparing things and and trying to make time to go back through a lot of this stuff. Lately, I haven't had enough time to go back through. Just keeping on normal with y'all. Um, there's just, but there is a lot to look into. So I've been trying the best I can to go and take a look at some of these things every now and again. There's a lot of maps that I found up on Pinterest, and I'm still trying to find those original maps that were shared a long time ago, showing all these locations in the motherland. I know that. Let me see here. I could have sworn I like started this page a long time ago. So there's supposed to be maps over here. Let me see here. Click into the gallery part. No, that's not there. Oh, okay. Africa's the Holy Land series. Okay, so copy. I haven't got a chance to go back through these lessons here, but the Africa's the Holy Land series. This is by Brother Robert Headley. That's who runs that site, and he also has a page of his own on YouTube and whatnot. And it is, I want to say, matter of fact, if I just, I think it's just Robert Headley. Yeah. Let me go ahead and share this with y'all. So yeah, when I go to touch this right here, it should say just Robert Headley right off to the left hand side. Yeah, seeing it on my phone right there. So that's his page name right there. And then he has all these different lessons. The Africa's the Holy Land series. And he's got so many others as of recent. I don't think he's even updated this page right here. So if you were to go to his page, Robert Headley, on YouTube, you would see that all the different series he's been doing on the Holy Land series, but he's in the land right now, so that's where he's from. The land, he's from South Africa, so yeah. But all right, family, I'm gonna go ahead and pray us on out, and I got just a couple new tracks, and we're gonna get up and out the way because I did not really plan to allow this to drag on as long as I have at the moment. So if you can, you will, please bow your heads with us, and we're going to go ahead and pray on out. And I'll just play like probably just a couple songs, maybe 3, maybe 4 tops. But I know 2 definitely new ones I'm going to play tonight from Anaviel and Britt Yah. So I hope y'all stick around and listen to those. Abba Ahaya. Mosiah of Yasharel, Mosiah of Abraham, Yashak, and Yaakov, the one true Elohim of all creation, creator of all the heavens and earth and everything within, Yahweh, Sabaoth. Abba, we come humbly before your throne, thanking you for this Bible study, thanking you for everybody that stopped in even for a couple moments or stayed all the way through and got a chance to partake of Bartholomew with us tonight, or Talmai. We thank you for your word coming down. We thank you for Yahweh Shai coming to fulfill the words in which you had told him to, and things unto saving Adam and his righteous seed after the 5.5 great days. Abba, we thank you for the nourishing of your water, of your word washing across us, and we ask that you continue to purify our hearts and minds daily. Forgive us of our sins and iniquities, those things known and unknown. Reveal the things unto us, Abba, that are unknown to us, and help us call these things out by name and by spirit, rebuking these mindsets, these actions, these attitudes, these things that we do on a regular basis that are just not of you, these things that must go, these behaviors that just can't stay, they don't belong. Abba, we ask that you continually refine our hearts and minds daily. In Yahweh Shai holy name we pray. Amen. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
No doubt. Yeah. I've been as a matter of fact, I got charts on those as well. The Ethiopian Aramaic Ge'ez. I have like about 6 or 7 charts on those that show you how to write the character, and it tells you what sounds they all make. Now, as far as like the dictionary on that, I have not come across that yet. Hallelujah, 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 and Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Absolutely. So, the first song I'm going to play right quick. Oh yeah. First song I want to play right quick. This is called Legend. Press Start by Anaviel. And I can't pronounce the other brother's name, so I'm not even going to mess it up. But it starts with the R. It's like Rewa or something like that, or Rawa. So but here you go, family. I hope y'all enjoy this.
Yeah. Okay, let's start it. Then, Father, I think that I'm ready. I be forsaking the world to witness your glory and essence. They tryna throw shade on my light, but they don't know that it's fluorescent. The fact that I got it from you, that is the ultimate blessing. That's facts. The only objective I'm seeing is doing your will. I live for this reason. My allies be angels, got friendship with legions. We ready for battle, take vengeance on demons. The evil can't mark us. I don't shop in demons. Spirit ignite when I read through Ephesians. Put on that armor, I feel like a beetle. Not the musicians, I'm talking about spirit. They give me a high like it came from a needle. Talk to my flesh like, bro, I would leave you. My ego won't gas me, I don't ride a diesel. Those that have patience and wait on the Lord will mount on his wings and fly like a eagle. For real, I hopped out the matrix, I took the red pill. Had enemies after me since I was little. Got baptized in water, I felt like an ill. Electric, spread that repentance, the word is my weapon. I work till it's finished, they gon' get this message. Turn it to! Like I texted, that Ruach be water, I'm close like I'm Texas. No Bluetooth involved, but I feel a connection. No suit and tie on me, but this my profession. Willing the Smith, no Smith and Wesson. I praise the I am, but this ain't a legend. 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 Praise the Most High, he a legend. Legend. Hamashiach is a legend. Legend. Hamashiach is a legend.
Told y'all before, I'm all in my bag. I'm not trying to brag, I'm just trying to help add a whole lot of souls into the fold, until the sky crack. I'm not holding back, so it's woe to my foes. I got smoke for my eyes, bringing hope to my folk. Yeah, we cannot be stopped, even if the crow cocks, if the cock crows. I'm on the straight and narrow, dodging potholes. The haters gon' plot, but the most I expose. So the beef that they cooking in me is pot roast. They better be glad I'm a vegan, or else I'ma eat them, and I ain't leaving nothing but bones, you see. The most high is so gracious, he'll never forsake us or leave us alone, you see. So I give him my loyalty, because he made me royalty. All I need is the soul, the seed. Another man water, the most I gon' grow the tree. And if he at the increase, then you know it's good fruit for your soul to eat. No need to be greedy, believe me, it's more than enough for us all to eat. You think my metaphors is deep, I'm still at the shore, I got more to see. Now that boy is legendary, I just write what he say like a secretary. I'ma give him the praise till the day I'm buried. I'ma give him the praise cause it's necessary. We gon' serve the Most High, we ain't never scared. Got our armor on and got our weapons ready. We gon' rise to our feet, we ain't sedentary. I should tie your defeat, it's set in stone like a cemetery.
Legend.
Yeah, this next one, not only is it by Brent Yah, but it's also featuring our brother, Do It For The Nation. So this is called Kingdom Is Near, Matthew 3:2.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Hallelujah. I know the message is evident. The music is heaven, so gotta tell you what is relevant. Covered in blood, Messiah, the Son, the excellent, yeah. Die for our sins, yeah. Now we can win, yeah. The enemy's blows don't hurt me. They swoop away in the wind. Yahoo will fill me with full measurement. Touch the one that's listening. We need you to step in. This message ain't for the sensitive. Rock Kent, that's Holy Spirit. If you seek him, then you'll get it. Yah's in, you know you feel it. Enemy don't want us winning. Repent. Sinning and waste your time, only a matter of time. Gotta seek after the divine, yeah. Gotta seek after the divine, gotta make time for it. Just open your eyes, repent. The reason he died for us, it's written in every line.
Tell them, yo, the kingdom's near, kingdom's near. Yo, yeah, the kingdom's near, kingdom's near. The kingdom's near, kingdom's near. Yeah, Yahushua's coming back. The kingdom's near, actually the kingdom's here. He gave us the good news, we preach it to many ears. I can feel it inside, truly I'll shed many tears. For the kingdom made us suffer with violence for so many years. So we pipe to him in this filthy world. We the right doers in hopes that we might woo him to the gospel for the kingdom's sake. So we worship Abba and we follow the way. Tell them, yo, the kingdom's near, kingdom's near. Yo, yeah, the kingdom's near, kingdom's near. The kingdom's near, kingdom's near. Yeah, Yahushua's coming back. Tell them, yo, the kingdom's near, kingdom's near. Yo, yeah, the kingdom's near, kingdom's near. The kingdom's near, kingdom's near. Yeah, Yahushua's coming back.
Praise Yah. 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 We gon' praise him. Praise him. We gon' praise him. Praise Yah. Praise Yah.
Hey, hey. Hey, and so we looking for them better days. The final chapter we run after at a steady pace. And sometimes we wanna run away, but we know we can't. Hey, hey. And so we looking for them better days. The final chapter we run after at a steady pace. Yeah. And sometimes I wanna run away, but I know I can't. Hey, hey. To the Abba we surveying the landscaping. Grasshoppers compared to giants, that ain't Nathan. But the Abba is child's play, is adolescence. You should return, it's gonna be so unpleasant. And brethren, you must forgive 10 7 times 7, a lesson. And be aware of the Pharisees' leaven. Question, every root that is brought in your presence, this precious life has been given, carefully written these sentences. Strip away at this broke system, hopefully rend this repentance. And hey, and cast away every evil root hidden. Man makes a foolish decision, but you know what's intention. How could we keep on just sinning, acting so super religious? Hypocrites locked in this prison, don't forget the circumcision. The heart, to fear Abba, beginning the wisdom. And start to walk O'Reilly in this expedition. Now we can rightly send up our petitions. Come on, And so we looking for them better days. The final chapter we run after at a steady pace. And sometimes we wanna run away, but we know we can't. Hey, hey. And so we looking for them better days. The final chapter we run after at a steady pace. And sometimes I wanna run away, but I know I can't. Hey,
Aki like me, like to get it out the mid. Posted on the live just so you can see the hustle. Get it off the muscle, had to turn my grind legit. Focus on my babies, now I'm tryna buy the crib. And you can feel the swagger just because the way I drip. Missed it on 10 bands, Miss Raheem cracked the whip. Had to play a boss, keep it pushing and don't trip. Keep your hooah first and everything gon' fall in place. Light be shining brightly, you can see it on my face. Unc threw me the Breitling, Roddy Ricks did in the box. Swear I feel my uncle's spirit flesh just in that box. Gotta be a smooth dude when grooving with the mop. No need to bang a shoot, just level up on the op. No need to bang a shoot, level up on the op. No need to bang a shoot, level up on the op. No need to bang a shoot, level up on the op.
And so we looking for them better days. The final chapter we run after at a steady pace. And sometimes we wanna run away, but we know we can't. Hey, hey. And so we looking for them better days. The final chapter we run after at a steady pace. And sometimes I wanna run away, but I know I can't. Hey, 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 hey. Hey.
All right, family. So I could play other songs, but I think it's a pretty good time to go ahead and call it a night. I thank y'all. Most High Yah bless y'all. Was tuning on in and having Bible study with us, and even sticking around to hear some of the music and whatnot. You know, to praise Abba with. You know what I'm saying? To hear these words that continually help feed our soul with righteousness. You know, that continually cleanse our minds. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I listen to. I don't listen to nothing secular. I was watching Brother TCA earlier on today. That's right, bedtime coming up on it. That my eyes is burning. But yeah, he was talking. He was talking about how those that call themselves bishops, this, that, and the third, and elders, and all this other stuff. But when you look at their actual lives and stuff like that, the things they partake of, whether it be secular music, whether it be serial fornicators, bisexualism, and others. I can't remember what the other dude was. Oh, serial marriages and things like that. Multiple.
Adulterer, fornicator.
Yeah.
Pedophile.
He was talking about those same topics, but the people that you know, yeah,
Well, we read tonight though. We read a piece where basically, yeah, the yeah, he reiterates again the lukewarm, the hypocrites,
right,
and he's gonna reject those hypocrites.
right. All right, family. You got anything before we go, Hario?
Nah, I'm already tucked in, bro.
I'm already
I got the laptop today. I'm already tucked in. But Shabbat Shalom. I love y'all. Love y'all, Israel. Shabbat Shalom.
No doubt, no doubt. All right,
Shalom, family. Remain blameless.
no doubt. And you Russell says safe, be safe and obedient. I absolutely agree. And until next Shabbat, most high willing, and we out.